Okay, peace and blessings, glory, glory to the eternal, forever living God. Render unto the Lord what is His, and your life. That's what He want. You know what I'm saying? He want to see the sacrifice through your life of what He stands for and what He is. I am grateful that our God is righteousness. I'm grateful for His great mercy. I'm grateful for God's integrity. I'm grateful for God's will. I'm grateful for God's glory. So the sacrifice is supposed to be found in us. We are a self-sacrifice each and every single day. We walk out that door and we choose to live for His rule, His righteousness. That's what it is, family. Peace and blessings, glory, glory. Now, I'm gonna let my two people that I have selected this morning time. We got a little bit of topic. I ain't gonna be that much. I got to get going this morning time, but I'm gonna let them talk, and then I'm gonna come back with my commentary.
To the three dumb black girls that jumped on that white girl, can y'all please tell me how that helped Carmelo in any kind of way, bitches? How did that help his case in any type of way, bitch? Is he free? No. Did he have, did they accept his appeal yet, bitch? No. Bitch. Y'all in there with him now, y'all stupid. And two of y'all look like y'all got at least one or two kids. So now y'all kids gotta be at home with y'all grandmamas because you bitches chose to jump on some white girl who don't have nothing to do with why that killer killed Austin, bitch. Y'all some idiots. Probably not even rallying for y'all own people, bitch. I'm gonna keep saying that. Bitch, don't y'all got family members in jail, bitch? Y'all need to be going to make some freedom shirts, bitch. To the three dumb black girls that jumped on that white girl, can y'all please tell me how that helped Carmelo in any kind of way, bitches? How did that help his case in any type of way, bitch? Is he free? No. Did he have, did they...
And you know, as black people, we all say the same damn thing. First, we said, why y'all still mad for? That's the first thing we told y'all is y'all other people across the whole world. You know what I'm saying? A verdict has been drawn. It's over. You know what I'm saying? It's over. You know what I'm saying? We know what was going to happen. Don't get me wrong. We know the situation. I fully support, you know what I'm saying? Because I figure that situation was wrong. But do you think I'm going to take it upon myself to hurt another human being over somebody else's BS, somebody else's business, some going on with them? So as I look at it's more easier for me to just say, oh, y'all stupid. You deserve to go in jail. But it's much more than that because there's hatred involved in it. Them girls had hatred inside. Only when you can let hate fester and manifest and start twisting and turning inside of you to where you could lash out at another human being that's the same. So we as the black community, we don't support these sisters. To be honest with you, we hope that they get the law book, pick it up, throw it right at them. You know what I'm saying? Throw it at them. We hope that they dig a little hole under the prison to put them in it. But that goes for anybody across the board that would do something as heinous as the actions of these sisters. We don't care what color they are. You still breaking the law. Why do you think that you can put the law in your own hands? Why? Why do you think you could take it upon yourself to hurt another human being over somebody else? You know what I'm saying? Over somebody else. And so we as black people, we don't support this part of our community. We really don't. That's thinking, that's doing an action before you actually think about the outcome. We look at these sisters as they dumb, they stupid, they threw away their whole life. Now, if they can take Chud the Builder and use him for white supremacy across the board to I can't say really denigrate, but to make a point out of Chud. You know what I'm saying? They're making a point out of Chud. You know what I'm saying? They don't want this behavior in society. So if they can use Chud as an example of how they'll crucify white supremacy, what do you think they'll do to black people? You know what I'm saying? What right now Chud is getting crucified, and by just he should, you know what I'm saying? But I see they gonna do the same thing to these sisters right here. Just like they got old Chud For what he was doing, they have turned themselves into the lamb. You know what I'm saying? They have turned themselves into the lamb, and they gonna be crucified in front of all of America to see, because this behavior on both sides, this hatred, it's got to be denounced. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be denounced. So they're going to crucify these three sisters for what they did. But our people should know better. You know what I'm saying? They should know better. The act that they did, that's all hatred. Like our sister said, how is that going to help Carmelo? How is that going to help us look any better? It's not gonna help him, and it's not gonna make black people look better, but they would still take it upon the action to go do that and make us all look bad in the process. And to me, you would have to be a coward. You know what I'm saying? You would have to be some type of weak person, or you would have to be a coward to look at somebody as prey. And the vicious assault that they did to that person. You know, your brother, I'm Old Testament as much as I'm New Testament. I believe an eye for an eye. I truly do. You know what I'm saying? I believe it's a time and a place for every single thing under that sun like that. I really do. And that wasn't it. Now, if the white girl came after them and they beat her, we couldn't say anything. Just imagine for a split second, let's just say it was some type of event of some damn altercation, and the white girl, she was popping her mouth, you know what I'm saying, and she went after the sisters. We couldn't say anything. She, sad to say it, but you know what I'm saying? It's an eye for an eye in the civil world that we live in right now. So black people in general, we would have looked at the case, we'd be like, okay, the white girl, she got her ass whooped, but she was going after the sisters. She deserved that ass whooping like that. We all would have said that. But since they took it upon themselves to find somebody and to prey on them and to turn them into a victim, that is a cowardly ass move. That is not the whole mindset of the black community. That's the mindset of a couple hate-filled individuals. And, they're going to give them a hate crime, and, they're going to be looking at like 15 years, you know what I'm saying? So to me, it's hella dumb to throw away your life for somebody else's, you know what I'm saying? Whatever they got going on. Now, if that event took place and it was somebody in their family, it still wouldn't be justified. It wouldn't, because the two parties that whatever happened, that already happened. That's an innocent person. That person ain't got nothing to do with those two individuals. That's what I mean as my example. So, they just threw their life away, and we're going to have to pay for them sitting up on what you call being in prison, all of that money. And, they ain't going to learn anything, and they just going to grow more eviler and more colder in an environment that they're going to be forced to live in. So I don't think any good at it. But to leave it right here, because I still got one more person coming up. To leave it right here, we as the black community, we don't sponsor hatred. That is pure hatred what them sisters did. You know what I'm saying? That's pure hatred. Ain't none of that was good retaliation. It wasn't. It was not justified in any shape, form of any matters. You know what I'm saying? It was not justified. And it had hatred behind of it. You mean to tell me you don't know that boy? You know what I'm saying? You don't know that boy. He's not part of your family, and you would still throw your life away for somebody else that's not going to help them in no shape, form, or fashion. Now, as your brother Israel, am I sitting up over here saying that white people are completely innocent? No, I'm not. But that person was. You know what I'm saying? And is there violence in white people? Yes, there is. There's violence in everybody. You know what I'm saying? When you look across the color spectrum of a man, you know what I'm saying? There's just evil men and evil women. You know what I'm saying? How can I label it as somebody else? So am I saying that white people are so innocent and they don't never do nothing wrong? Hell no. Hell no. You know what I'm saying? Well, white people got some evil ass white people up in their race. Just like those three sisters. You know what I'm saying? They just evil. You know what I'm saying? Evil is evil.
Oh no. Oh. Agarren a los niños. Get over here. Get the kids.
So if those sisters were sitting over there defending themselves, we couldn't say anything. We as black people, we couldn't say anything at all because they was defending themselves. But what those sisters did was an act of retaliation, of hatred. We're not going to stand for that as black people. Across the board, across the state, across the city. It doesn't really matter where we live at. It doesn't matter how old that we are. We're going to stand for what is right. And that, we as black people, that right there, what them sisters did, we denounce as a people across the board. And remember, my brothers and sisters, I'm not doing damage control. This is the truth. You know what I'm saying? This is my honest observation of what I think and how I feel about the matters. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no damn damage control at all.
They did do that. They found a little white girl, they beat her up, and while they were doing that, they were chanting and screaming, "Free Carmelo." They went out of their way to go and try to beat up a white girl because they believe that Carmelo Anthony is... I don't know if they believe he's innocent or if they believe that he's justified to do what he did and then he shouldn't face any consequences. So they decided to go out and do their own hate crime. That's what it is. They went out of their way to do a hate crime. They better be charged with a hate crime because if 3 white people went out of their way, said they're going to find a small black person, beat them up, and then start making comments such as that of, I don't know, of free whoever, that would be considered a hate crime. This needs to be charged as hate crime and see what happens and make an example out of it. These 3 losers reportedly